Namaste, insiders. Welcome to the mat. Today's flow is all about the posture. So does this ring a bell? Right? We're hunched over our computer screens. We're texting. So this flow is all about opening up the chest, the shoulders, the back. We'll get a little bit into the back body. So come along with me. Go ahead and find child's pose. So finding any child's pose position that feels comfortable in your space. I like to take my arms a little wider, letting my head rest on something. And if it doesn't make it down to the mat, making sure that you grab a pillow or a block or any other props that you find useful in your practice. Just taking some moments here at the beginning to cultivate this deep grounding feeling. We're very close to the earth, maybe even feeling the vibrational energy from the earth. No matter what time you're taking this practice, just allowing the work to take place. And we just show up as a witness, as an observer, kind of look at whatever comes up as we shake things up in our body and emotionally, mentally. And then at the end, in that sweet space of Shavasana, we let it all go. Imagine our movement to be as effortless as possible, just simply wiggling the fingers to the left side of the mat. Breathe into the space of the rib cage on the right side of the body and pull the outer right hip back, feeling a stretching sensation from the right armpit down through the right buttock, and then maybe reach the right middle finger just a centimeter beyond, a little further past that left middle finger. Notice if you've kind of hiked up the shoulders by the ears, go ahead and let them rest. This is a very grounded practice today, so any breath that suits you, if you're layering on that ujjayi, you would seal the lips and draw the breath in and out of the nose. As long as you're breathing, that's okay for me today. And then keeping the head really grounded, just wiggle those fingers back to center, adjusting the head as you see fit. And then bringing the left hand over to meet the right this time. Sink the hips to the left. Draw the outer left hip back and find that stretching sensation from the left armpit to the left buttock. Breathe here. Relaxing through the hips, letting the bum sink close to the heels, as close as it can today. Let the belly press against the thigh as you breathe in deeply. And then bringing everything back into the center, go ahead and bend the elbows. So bringing the hands into prayer, walk those elbows a little further. I like to take, again, my elbows wider because I have tight shoulders, but just finding a stretching sensation through the backs of the arms. Maybe the prayer hands come back behind the head as long as you feel the elongation through the tricep muscles and the backs of the arms. Nice breathing here. Releasing any bind of the hands. Come up into tabletop, hands and knees. So take a few rounds of cat and cow, because that always feels good to me, to just move my spine in a way that feels restorative, that feels good, that feels opening. Sometimes you hear these little cracks and pops, and that can be totally normal. Just making sure you never invite any pain into the body. I always like to kind of hang out at maybe cat for a breath longer, and then maybe hang out in cow for a breath longer as I just start to notice these different sensations through the body as I kind of move my body and make these shapes. And then coming into a neutral supported spine, bring the thumbs together underneath the face so that the thumbs are a little closer together. Go ahead and lift the right arm up. Draw the left shoulder down away from the ears. Take 3 circles to really press the thumb down and away. And then reach, lengthening all the way through the side body. Reach it up and back. Nice, that's 2. Third one, hold it here right above, and let's thread the needle Bringing the right arm underneath, bring the right temple down to the mat. Any other variation or movement that feels good here. Maybe you want to extend the left leg. Maybe you want to bring the knees closer together. Just finding that stretching sensation through the back of the right shoulder. I like to tend to my left fingers kind of above my head, giving me support. And then my head is down, the right side of my head is down on the mat. And then breathing as comfortably as you can. To unravel this pose, the left hand will come back down underneath the shoulder. I'm going to relift the right arm, stretching long through my side waist, and then extend the right leg. I'm going to come to supported side plank. So you can be on the left fingertips or the left hand can be down. I want you to reach that arm up and overhead. Almost hollow out that right armpit as you reach along and beyond the right head or right temple. The right fingertips are really reaching, pressing the buttocks forward, finding that deep stretching sensation. And then coming up onto the left knee, my right leg is straight. Let's reverse it, lifting the left arm up. Breathe here. Breathing in and out. Lengthening through the left side body. Relaxing through the head and neck. And then when you're ready, we'll come back down onto hands and knees, tabletop, and finding a few rounds of cat and cow. We'll just wash all of that away. Let this kind of be this neutralizing cat and cow posture as we kind of normalize the spine and bring everything into the midline. When you're ready to let that go, you come into that supported neutral spine, and the thumbs will come in a little closer under the face. Lifting the left arm up, go ahead and take those 3 circles, thumb turns down, reaching long. As we make those 3 complete circles, that's 2. And the third one, we'll hold it there and then thread the needle, threading the palm, the left palm up, the left shoulder comes down. Again, I like to tent my right fingertips. It always feels good maybe to extend my right leg off the mat. Breathing here, finding that stretching sensation through the right side. Maybe you keep those knees together and just breathe. Relaxing the face, just feel that stretching, that pulsating energy through the left shoulder. And then to unravel, the right hand will come down underneath the right shoulder. We'll relift the left arm to pivot on the right knee and extend the left leg. So we come to that supported side plank. My right palm is down or maybe up on the fingertips. Good, feeling that length all the way through the left big toe, all the way long through the left fingertips as I reach above the head. Slight squeeze of the glutes, feeling a stretching sensation through the left side of my body, even turning the pinky fingers down so that it really broadens the left shoulder, the upper back. And then coming on to the right knee, left hand comes down, right arm reaches up. Counter pose. Relaxing through the head and neck. Pressing the hips forward just slightly. And lifting that right arm up and over, making that C-shaped curve with the body. Really nice. And then cartwheel everything down. We'll wash it away with a few rounds of cat and cow. Again, maybe this turns into barrel rolls. Sometimes I like to do that as I move my rib cage in one direction and then the other. Wherever you are in your space, we'll find a neutral spine to move on, bringing the right toes down and extend the right leg long back behind. Brace the abdominals in so you know what it feels like to be on 3 limbs. Where all 4 are down. Lifting the left arm up this time, left thumb comes up, and then float the right leg. So notice what has to happen in the balance. Keep hugging the outer left hip in. Slightly squeeze the inner thighs together. Get the serratus muscles, those muscles along the rib cage under the armpit, get those turned on. And then bring everything down. We'll do that second side. Left leg goes long back behind, left toes are tucked. Everything's braced in. Outer right hip hugs in, right arm reaches. Right thumb to the sky, breathe. God, and then when you're ready, find 2 limbs on the earth, float the left leg. God, flexing through the left foot as if you were stepping on a wall back behind you, hugging everything in. Everything feels supported, and then lower everything down, wag the tail. We're gonna move between those two postures. We call it bird dog. Right leg will go long, left arm will reach forward, and then everything comes back underneath. Left leg, right arm. Everything comes back in. Left arm, right leg. Everything comes back in. Left leg, right arm, and hold. This time, bend the left knee, reach the right arm back behind, kick into the right hand, open up the chest to the right. Keep hugging the outer left hip in. Keep lifting up with that right elbow. The left knee, breathe here. 3, 2, we're making these crazy shapes with our body. Release it down, right hand comes down. Left leg's gonna go long, and we're gonna find a single leg child's pose. So letting the belly rest on the thighs, either make 2 fists for the head to rest, or bringing the forehead all the way down to the mat. That sweet, sweet release when we find that resting posture where we can reconnect with the breath. And one more full breath in and out. And then release it down, come back into tabletop. This time, sweep the left leg around so that we hug the left knee behind the right. So we're in this kind of cross-legged child's pose. Our shins are outside of our middle of our body, and then we're pressing the hips back. Maybe the hips just go back an inch. Maybe the butt can come all the way down, but we're finding a nice stretching sensation through the outer hips. I feel it especially through my right butt cheek, the leg that's on top. And you may experience it differently in your body, and that's okay. Nice, unravel when you're ready. Come back to that tabletop posture, and let's go with bird dog again. Right leg, left arm. Breathe and switch. Allow this pace to be yours and switch. We're just feeling what it feels like, organizing the body as we balance on 2 limbs. Super great. Neurologically. When next time that you're with the left arm and the right leg lifted, hold there. Bend the right leg this time, reach the left arm around, kick into the hand. Think of kicking up with the right leg, pulling up with the left elbow, opening through the left side of the chest and collarbone. Breathe 3. Breathe 2. Breathe 1. Slowly release. Left hand comes down. Right leg's gonna go down off the mat. And notice I've got my knee and kind of ankle in the same position. If they're up, they're both up. If they're down, they're both down. But finding a way where I can relax. Making 2 fists for the forehead to rest. And breathe. These flows are so great to come back to multiple times in a week, right? The body loves repetition, so it recognizes movements, it becomes more comfortable getting into them, you can kind of settle in a little faster. So by all means, do this one again later this week. When you're ready, the hands will come back down, and then this time the right leg will come back behind. So we're squeezing the knees together. My left knee is in front, my right knee is behind. And I'm finding that cross-legged child's pose. May feel differently on this side, depending on your hip flexibility. Just letting the belly kind of rest on the thighs if you're able. Maybe that looks like this, right? Maybe the hips are really high today, and that's okay. Taking another round of breath, or 3. We have one little strength section here to kind of warm up the core. Everything else is super grounded. So unravel when you're ready. We'll come to that tabletop posture again, this time tucking the toes underneath. So notice when we have the toes tucked, we feel even more stable, hopefully. Brace the abdominals in, draw the shoulders down, so engage the serratus muscles underneath the armpits, and then start to hover the knees. Notice nothing changes. Just check in here. And then extend the left leg back to plank, extend the right leg back to plank. Pause and breathe. Bringing the left knee in, so the left foot comes in, left knee under the hip, right knee comes under the hip, and breathe. Nothing changes. This time we'll lead with the right. Right leg comes back to plank, left leg comes back to plank. Right foot comes in, tabletop plank. Left foot comes in, tabletop plank. Let's do one more each side. Left foot back plank, right foot back plank. Strong, strong. Left foot comes in, tabletop plank followed by the right. Last time here, we're gonna end in plank. Right foot steps back, left foot steps back. Plank pose, hold and breathe. Either lower to the knees or turn the eyes of the elbows forward, lower all the way down into the belly. Relax, untuck the toes, rocking side to side. Breathing here. Just taking a moment, feeling the energy swirl as we working the core, the center, the torso of our body. Let's work around to the back, right? So the core wraps around 360 degrees. Bring the thumbs by the rib cage, roll the shoulders down away from the ears, and then really draw the hands back. So you start to feel this sensation through the back of the arms. Good, and then I want you to draw the elbows up. Press down to the tops of the feet, press the pubic bone into the mat. Feel almost like you could touch the elbows back behind. That's how much you're strengthening and lifting. Good, elongate the neck, drop the chin. If you're kind of crunched up, drop the chin, look forward and down. Breathe 5. Breathe 4. Keep drawing those elbows in and up. Last 3, 2. Nice, relax. Wag the tail, rock the hips side to side. Good, bringing the arms in front. We're gonna make a letter Y, half a letter Y with the right arm. I'm gonna bring my right temple down to the mat and press over onto my right side till I feel a stretching sensation through my right chest and the right collarbone. I like to bring my knees into my chest because that just feels good to me. Maybe you like to lift that top leg up and back for support, but my chest and shoulders are tight. Imagine yours might be too from all of our computer work and our texting neck, really opening up through the right side. Chest, collarbone, even into the right bicep. Notice if this kind of right shoulder is hunched toward the mat. See if you can roll the right shoulder away from the floor, kind of hugging the right shoulder blade into the midline, finding that nice stretching sensation. Taking another breath or two, and we'll simply switch sides. So everything has to come in through the center. We'll make half of a letter Y now with the left hand. I'll bring my left temple down to the mat. I'm gonna roll to my left. Again, I like to hug my knees into my chest. That just feels comfortable. I'm kind of just lying on my left side. Again, squeezing the left shoulder blade a little bit into the midline so you find that nice opening, stretching sensation through the left collarbone, the chest, the armpit. All that stretching sensation, and then breathe. When we're constantly hunched over, doing computer work or texting, right, these muscles that we're opening up right now tend to be so tight. They tend to be really constricted. So allowing this opportunity to give them length and opening. Nice. Come in through center when you're ready. Go ahead and make a pillow. So I like to bring my hands one on top of the other, making a pillow for my forehead. And then I'm going to bend my right knee. As we've done before, reach your right hand back behind, grabbing the top of the right foot. Press both pubic bones down into the mat, and then I want you to press the right femur bone, so that's the thigh bone, down and away from you, finding nice length through the front of the right thigh. I like to have my heel into my butt. That feels good to me. Yours may look like this. Maybe you can't even reach it. This would be a great opportunity to grab a towel and kind of wrap that around. Take a pause on the video and get yourself set up. Again, that's why repetition is so great, coming back to these videos time and time again. Breathing, pressing the belly into the earth as we lay in this prone position. And then simply switch legs. So I'll bring my right hand around as a pillow for my face, for my forehead, and I'm going to grab the top of my left foot. Pressing both of those bony hip points down into the mat so my pelvis stays neutral, and then really press that left femur bone down and away as I hug the left heel in toward the buttock. Feeling the whole stretching sensation through the front of the left thigh. Good. Good. Keep connecting, reaching even long through those right toes. Nice. Breathe in. Breathe out. Releasing. Go ahead and bend both legs now. Good. And then gently lift up the upper body, the torso. Bring the arms out like goalposts and then start to hover the hands. Tuck the chin slightly so there is length in the neck and then press the pubic bone down. If you're able, reach your hands around and grab the top of the feet so nothing's changed with the spine. Now press the pubic bone down into the mat. Begin to lift up with the hands and kick back with the legs. Lift up with the hands and elbows, kick back with the legs. 2 more times. Lift up, kick back, maybe just floating on that belly. Lift up, kick back and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow release. Make a pillow for the head with the hands and windshield wiper the legs gently side to side. Slow, slow release. And then when you're ready, very mindfully moving into child's pose. This time, bring the knees together to touch. Bring the belly onto the thighs, and then bring the hands around to the back. Bringing the top of the head all the way down to the mat. Tucking the chin into the chest. I want you to imagine this is called tortoise posture. So imagine we're making the tortoise shell. All right, so reaching my hands back around for my feet, keeping my chin tucked to my chest, lifting my hips above my heels, keeping that roundness in the spine now, separating the shoulder blades, pulling with the hands, rolling to the top of the head, pulling the belly in, and breathe. Easier said than done as we make our body into these beautiful shapes. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Slowly lower everything down. Round the spine, sitting the hips onto the heels. Let's make our way onto our back. When you're ready, just roll onto the back. Hug the knees into the chest. Maybe roll around, that might feel good. Eventually, we'll make our way into bridge posture. So bringing our feet down, they're about hip distance apart, and so that the knees are extended straight out from those 2 bony points in the front of the hips. Bring the hands down by the sides. I like to turn my palms up so that's already opening up my chest. And then pressing down evenly between both feet, tuck the tailbone, press up into bridge. Roll some weight onto the tops of the shoulders, and I feel the weight in the feet. I feel the back body light up, the glutes are squeezing. Breathing here. This back bend is accessible to most. So reversing that kind of forward rounded hutch posture, opening up the chest. Notice there's no weight on my neck. There's weight on the tops of my shoulders and the back of the head. Last 3. Last 2. The last 1. Slowly lower everything down. Take a full breath. We'll do that twice more. When you're ready, find that bridge posture once again, tucking the tailbone, lifting the hips, rocking weight onto the tops of the shoulders. Maybe this time you want to lift the toes, driving the heels into the mat. Notice where you feel that on the body. Do you feel the tops of the thighs start to ignite? Now bring the balls of the feet down, lift the heels, draw the heels toward the hamstrings, feeling the backs of the legs kick on. Breathe. Lower everything down. Maybe hang out one more breath. Good. Everything lowers to the mat. Yogi's choice for our third back bend, taking bridge, supported bridge, or any other posture that works for you. We'll hold this for 5 breaths. Last 2 breaths. Last full breath. Slowly making your way down, unraveling the spine. Breathing here. Go ahead and cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Let's take a figure 4 stretch, reaching for the back of the right hamstring, flexing through the left toes, finding a stretching sensation through the outer left thigh. keeping as much spine down on the earth as you're able. Now, it feels good to kind of roll the ankles here, taking them in one direction and then the other, opening up our joints through our ankles and toes. And then keep the shape with the legs, release the arms out like wings, bend the right heel into the butt, and then take the left foot down onto the floor outside the right side of the body. I even like to bend my right hand to support my left thigh as I find the spinal twist, maybe gazing toward the left. Starting to slow down the breath now as we come to our final minutes of class together. Our final postures. If you haven't shown up and you weren't in the present, now is the perfect opportunity to do so. Just watch the breath as it enters and exits the body. Good. Come in through center. Take a happy baby or any version that feels good. Maybe extending the legs, drawing the knees down toward the elbows. Down toward the armpits. And then release this here. We'll take figure 4 on the second side. So the right leg will cross over the left, flexing through the right toes. Reaching for the back of the left hamstring, I'll draw that whole shape into the chest. Keeping as much contact with the spine and the floor, finding a stretching sensation through the outer right thigh this time, and then maybe take those little rolls. Rolling the ankle in one direction and then the other. Really nice work today. Again, come back to this practice time and time again. Anytime that you want to slow down and open up the heart, strengthen the back. It's always a good opportunity for that. Releasing the arms, take them out like wings and bring the left heel into the butt. Go ahead and take this shape over to the left until the right foot meets the floor. And then I'm going to support my right leg with my left fingertips. Lifting the head, gazing toward the right, finding this nice spinal twist here. Closing the eyes, softening through this posture, these last few moments together. And then I'll leave you in Shavasana so that if you have more time at home, that you would take a longer Shavasana, taking rest. And always note that your rest is profitable. There is value in rest, just as much as there is in the work, and maybe even more. That sweet reminder that I need also for myself. When you're ready, everything comes into the center. Maybe taking a hug in of the knees, any last posture. Otherwise, we'll find our way into that finishing shape of Shavasana, allowing the legs to come long on flanking either side of the mat, allowing the arms to extend down by the body. Let's take a few grounding breaths together, in through the nose, short and full. Out through the mouth, long and deep. In through the nose, short and full. Out through the mouth, long and deep. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose, last breath. Out through the mouth. Allow the body to take this much deserved rest. This sweet, sweet release of Shavasana. I'm so grateful for you to showing up on your mat today. Namaste.